Hello and welcome to the debrief. Not quite the afternoon Liverpool thought they may well have had in store at one stage this afternoon. A 3-1 win over Wolves, not quite enough given Manchester City coming from behind to beat Aston Villa at the Etihad. Alongside himself, Clarke is Theo Squires to look back on the win for the Reds. And Theo, how do you sum all of that up?
I'm not sure it's easy to sum up. So close and yet so far. We've said for months now it was an achievement for Liverpool to take this title race to the last day. They were 14 points behind at one point, so to be in a situation where they were a goal away from winning the title at some point this afternoon is incredible. But it stings, doesn't it? Like, Villa were 2-0 up, and Liverpool, if they'd had that goal, the roof would have knocked this place. They would have been so close. But then, I suppose there was no time in the actual afternoon when the title was in their hands. It's not been cruelly snatched away. City have deserved over 38 games. We call Liverpool the mentality monsters, or City have had to show that today to come from 2-0 down to get the 3-2 win they need. But it's disappointment, but isn't a really bad negative response to it. Like, Liverpool fans, they're still filling the stadium, waiting for the lap of honour, waiting for Salah and Alisson to get the individual awards. They know they will be here again. They've got a Champions League final to look forward to next weekend, and got another over 90 points this season. They will keep pushing back at Man City. They will be right down their necks again next season. They were denied the party that they were already robbed from in 2020. Maybe, I know it's a bit of a cliche, maybe 2023 is our year. But yeah, they were so close. They're unlucky this time. It wasn't to be, but you can't not be proud of the team for their efforts. They dug in, they got the win they needed. Just get pulled together at the right part for them.
Is that the frustration for Liverpool that today they didn't sit on top of the Premier League, despite, of course, Man City being 2-0 down at one stage?
Well, there was an anxiety around the ground, like the fans were urged them on, and they never looked like they were going to get that goal to go 2-1 up at that point. It was only when City had turned it around that when they finished strongly. It is frustrating, but it would have hurt that much more to go that much closer. And I'm not sure if you can hear me over the announcements here. There's still awards coming in. Alisson getting his Golden Glove awards. There's still achievements all around for Liverpool, isn't it? They've done so well over the season, but it's not one afternoon that's cost them the title. They dropped points against West Ham. They dropped points against Brighton. They missed a penalty away at Leicester. They could have won at the Etihad. They didn't. All these games add up, and it's just a proper roller coaster end to the season where there's twists and turns, but it ends as you expect it.
Feels as though, obviously, you're inside Anfield, but there's a real mood of defiance there this afternoon, despite not winning the title. You'll never walk alone immediately being sung at the full-time whistle, and just that unity between kind of the crowd and the players.
Yeah, they're also singing "We Shall Not Be Moved" all together now as being played out. There's still great unity here. The fans are so close to the team. They know they're close to winning the Premier League title. They know it's got another close margin for them not to. But like I said, the fans have got a Champions League final to look forward to. They're potentially finishing the season with a treble and missing out on a famous quadruple by a point. This isn't one-off. It shows last year was the one-off when injuries derailed their efforts. But now they've been aided with the fans back in the stadiums, and they are going to go from strength to strength. It's an aging squad. Some have accused them of in the past that doesn't have enough depth. Well, they've made a mockery of that this year. They managed to sign Luis Diaz, sign Clarke. The squad's never looked stronger, and it is going in the right direction. Squad signed up until 2026. They will come again. They will go again strongly next season, and maybe they can get that final point that they're missing this year. We'll see.
Yeah, no, definitely. In terms of the game itself, then, I mean, after 3 minutes, it really didn't seem as though it was going to plan for Liverpool. Sadio Mane, brilliant goal to get Liverpool back in the game. As you say, they huffed and puffed for a second, eventually did get it through Mohamed, Salah and Andy Robertson added a third. But I suppose the big one then, looking forward to next week in the Champions League final, was Thiago going off on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, that's a huge blow. Like, he had a really good first half, and he looked gutted when he limped off. Who can blame him? He knows that could be his Champions League final dream done. But it's been so important for this season. If you go into that final without Fabinho and without Thiago, devastating for Liverpool. Hopefully, one of them can be fit to start, the other can be fit for the bench. But yeah, it's a tough ask. But like we've seen, Liverpool got a very strong squad. They've got options there. James Milner's still going strong at 36. Still got Naby Keita there. Still got Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott. None of them are Thiago Alcantara, but it's still one hell of a squad. And I believe Divock Origi is just about to get his send-off. You can hear the chants there from the fans.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, you can hear the crowd chanting for Divock Origi. Before we let you go, just to soak in that atmosphere and the players to do their lap of honour, of course, Theo, just wanted to kind of touch on those individual accolades, as you say. Mohamed Salah, a share of the Golden Boot, Alisson Becker, a share of the Golden Glove as well. And today, you kind of forget the fact that Liverpool have bounced off the back of a cup final last week, Southampton in midweek this week, just how intense that game was and how much it took out of Liverpool to now rest up. They're going to need that full week recovery ahead of taking on Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah, they are. They've got players, a few walking wounded, aren't they? Like Salah's come back as a sub today from his injury. Van Dijk was an unused sub. Waiting to see what the news is on Gomez, Fabinho, and now Thiago as well. A long season's taken its toll with these injuries coming at this point of the season. But the individual would speak for themselves. They've got the most clean sheets from Alisson. They've got the leading goal scorer in Salah. They've got the leading playmaker in Salah. Alexander-Arnold was only just behind him. But the only thing they're lacking is that 1 point, or a few extra goals that would have won them the title. But the thing, we'll say Diaz had signed at the start of the season. There's so many what ifs and buts for this. Liverpool have run City incredibly close, and you are left to wonder if this City side went around, just what more Liverpool could achieve. But it's what makes this rivalry so special between the two teams, because they are pushing each other so far, and it does come down to the last day shootout between the two. If you'd said, 2019, Liverpool will lose the title by a point, you'll win the Champions League, and then you'll be in the exact same situation again a few years, that would have been a bit hard to stomach. At least the Champions League was a compensation then, but Liverpool in a stronger position than now. It wasn't as though this is our best shot of winning the title, this is our best shot of winning the Champions League. Now it's the expectation that they are going to be challenging for the title again next year. They are going to be challenging for the Champions League again next year. Klopp has turned doubters into believers, and while they might not win every trophy going, they're in the right mix and they're doing all they need to do. It's just getting it over the line. This side against Man City, it's always going to be so close, and the rivalries right down to the last wire. We'll see if it can be on the other foot next season. It's just a disappointing end to a league season, but it's been an incredible season. 2 trophies, a potential third to follow. You can't ask for much more. And it gives them something to achieve next season. Like we finished this year with a treble, just going to do the quadruple next year. You always got to have that constant improvement. We've seen them miss out on a title, win it the next year, miss out on the Champions League, win it the next year, miss out on the quadruple, you just go and win it the next year. It's the Liverpool way.
Yeah, they'll have completed football, I suppose, if they had won the quadruple, as you say. You want to leave something left to play for. Well, anyway, Theo, there'll be plenty more reaction, of course, to come across the Liverpool Echo website, as well as here on the Blood Red channel. But prior to the players doing their lap of honour, I'll leave you there, Theo, reporting on for the Echo at Anfield. From myself, Guy Clarke, and Theo Squires, thanks for joining us here on this edition of the Debrief. Liverpool finishing on 92 points in the Premier League, but just not quite enough to secure that Premier League title. Until next time, bye for now.